This is episode 104. Welcome to Wellness in Every Season, the podcast where we explore the rich tapestry of wellness in all of its forms. I'm your host, Autumn Carter, a certified life coach turned wellness coach, as well as a certified parenting coach dedicated to empowering others to rediscover their identity in their current season of life. My goal is to help you thrive both as an individual and as a parent. Welcome to episode 104 of Wellness in Every Season, titled Reclaiming Your New Year's Goals, Lasting Habits for Well-Being. Welcome back to the podcast. If you're new here, welcome. This podcast is your wellness haven, a space where we explore the tools, mindsets, and habits that help you thrive in every area of your life. Today, we're diving into a topic that feels especially relevant as we move further into the new year. What happens when your New Year's goals don't go as planned? Maybe you've let them slip, feel stuck, or never really got started. Wherever you are, this episode is for you. And trust me, I've been there too. Most people abandon their resolutions by February. So if you're feeling that way, you're not alone. But this isn't about feeling guilt. Instead, it's about staying curious and taking the time to realign yourself with who you feel called to become. It's about reconnecting with the best version of yourself, the one who knows it's possible when you tune in to what truly matters. This episode will explore why resolutions often fail, the challenges that derail us, and how to develop healthy habits and routines that nurture your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. You'll leave with practical tools and encouragement to let go of guilt and create a life that feels meaningful and aligned with your values. Let's dive in together and reclaim your goals one intentional step at a time. So let's start with why most New Year's resolutions fail. Let's start by acknowledging something important. Most New Year's resolutions fail. Research shows that nearly 80% of people abandon their resolutions by mid-February. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone, and it doesn't mean you're incapable or lack discipline. It's often the way we approach resolutions that sets up for frustration and eventually giving up. Resolutions tend to fail for several reasons, but one of the biggest is that they're often vague. Goals like get healthy or save money sound great on the surface, but lack the clarity needed to take action. Without a clear plan, these broad intentions feel overwhelming and unattainable, especially when life inevitably gets in the way. Another common pitfall is setting goals that are overly ambitious. That's me, I've been there. Or rooted in external expectations rather than personal values. For example, maybe you've decided to lose a certain amount of weight or earn a specific amount of money because you feel like you should. And I'm going to use these examples a lot because these are the most created goals and most often failed goals. But I want you to look deeper than that because it should not just be about losing weight. It should be about how we feel and a lot more. So we'll get into there. But if it is triggering that I'm using these examples, I am using them because most people set some type of goal related to money and losing weight. So bear with me, please. But what if that goal doesn't reflect what truly matters to you? Like improving your overall well-being, like I just talked about, or building financial security. It's hard to stay motivated and the goal quickly loses its meaning. Then there's the perfection trap. We often start the year with high expectations, determined to make sweeping changes, but when we inevitably slip up, and we will slip up, it's easy to feel like we failed. That sense of failure can lead to guilt, frustration, and ultimately giving up entirely. Instead of seeing a missed workout or an overspent budget as a normal part of the process, we internalize it as a lack of willpower. And let me back up. When we slip up, and we will slip up, that part is important because it's what we do when we slip up that keeps us going with our goal. So we need to have that failure. We need to have that non-perfection. The failure is when we give up, let's be honest. But when we slip up, when we eat that extra cookie, when we overspend, when we decide not to go out and spend time in nature, when we decide whatever our wellness goal is, when we decide not to get out of bed on time, That's my one that happened this week for me. It's deciding the next day to do better. That's the part that really resets those pathways in our brain and gets us to do better and to make the changes necessary to become the person that we want to be, which is the whole point of us making these goals. So that is the part that I wanted to talk about with the perfection trap. And here's the truth. Goals aren't about perfection. They're about progress. They're about moving the needle forward, even when things don't go exactly as planned, because they won't. It's called life. The problem isn't you. It's the way resolutions are often framed. That's what we're going to be talking about. They're treated as rigid, all or nothing commitments, rather than flexible, evolving guides that adapt to the realities of life. Another reason resolutions often fail is the lack of supportive foundation. Building healthy, sustainable habits takes time. And if we dive into a goal without establishing the routines that support it, we can feel overwhelmed. For instance, wanting to exercise daily is a fantastic goal. But if your current schedule doesn't allow for it, or if you don't yet have a routine in place, it becomes a source of stress rather than a step forward. Life will always throw curveballs. Unexpected events. This week has been a lot of snow days, so I've been having to figure out where to fit in my workout with the 2-hour school delays, or all 4 kids are home from school. So just one of my many goals that I've set. So unexpected events, snow days, busy schedules, and even mental or emotional hurdles can make sticking to a resolution feel impossible. Without a plan to adjust when things get tough, goals can easily fall to the wayside. In this episode, we're going to reframe the way we think about goals and habits. I'll help you let go of guilt and frustration and instead stay curious about what's not working and realign yourself with what truly matters. Together, we'll explore how to create flexible goals and build healthy habits that allow you to make meaningful, lasting progress toward the best version of yourself. Let's get started. Building healthy habits to support your goals. This is the part I'm excited about. Let's shift gears and talk about how you can create a foundation for lasting success by building healthy habits. A lot of my coaching is centered in this, so yay, I get to talk about it. Goals are like the destination on a map, but habits are the vehicle that gets you there. Without the right habits in place, even the best intentions can fall apart. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to overhaul their lives all at once. You've probably experienced it. I have too. Deciding on January 1st, the start of the school year, your birthday, the start of a new job, or any big milestone that feels like a fresh start. You tell yourself that this is the year you're going to exercise daily, meditate every morning, and eat perfectly clean meals. What do clean meals even mean? Maybe research that before you start. But the point is, you decide you're going to finally read those books gathering dust on yourself instead of just collecting them. Lots of other things. The point is, these are amazing intentions. They can quickly become overwhelming because you're asking yourself to do too much too soon. Your schedule doesn't fit with it. Your habits don't fit with it. It's literally too much. And we are in these winter seasons, which can be great for reading goals, right? But they're not as motivating for us for exercising. We want to eat more comforting foods. So it's really thinking about seasons along with this, which I will mention several more times. And then in my next solo episode, we're going to be talking all about seasons. So don't worry. The key here is to start small to gain that momentum. Instead of trying to change everything at once, focus on 1 or 2 habits that align with your goals. For example, if your goal is to improve your physical health, you could start by committing to a 10-minute walk each day. The weather might not fit for it right now, so maybe it's doing yoga. I love yoga with Adrienne. Shout out to her. If your goal is to reduce stress, you could start with a simple breathing exercise, which I will have that in here, or journaling for 5 minutes in the morning. I will have things for you to journal on as well. These small habits might not seem like much at first, but over time, they create a ripple effect that can lead to big changes. Consistency is more important than intensity. Doing something small every day is far more effective than doing something big sporadically. This approach helps build momentum and creates a sense of accomplishment, which helps keep you motivated to keep going. And this is really important for those that struggle with maybe depression or ADHD, where it's hard to be consistent. So really think about slow and consistent and things that you can do when you are feeling more in your winter season or more depressed, or you, I forget the terminology for ADHD, for when you have that just more of the lethargy and you're having a hard time staying motivated. Consistency, more important than intensity, remember? Another important part of habit building is identifying and removing obstacles. Sometimes what holds us back isn't a lack of willpower, but rather a lack of preparation or a plan. For instance, if you want to start exercising, gonna keep using this one, in the morning, but struggle to get out of bed, setting out your workout clothes the night before can remove that barrier. It works for me. And also for me, I struggle to get out of bed in the morning when it's cold in the bedroom. So I have a remote control electric fireplace. Remote is right on my nightstand, and I turn that on. The first thing I do, I turn that on, and then I get out of bed in about 5 minutes when the room's a little bit warmer. I don't overheat it, by the way. But when it's a little bit warmer, I get out of bed, use the bathroom, and then I go straight to my massage pod. So that is my time that I get my meditation. So I've really thought about, what are my barriers? What are my obstacles? How can I prevent this? So it's really thinking about this prevention. So that's why it's okay when you fall off the bandwagon and you think about prevention for next time. That's what we're getting to here, okay? So here's one. If healthy eating is your goal, meal prepping on Sundays might be the habit that supports that. And that's what I do. It's actually on Sundays too. As you work on building habits, give yourself grace. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about progress. If you miss a day or stumble, don't let it derail you. Get curious about what happened and adjust your approach. This flexibility is what allows you to keep moving forward even when life throws challenges your way. Most of my wellness coaching is deeply rooted in this process of building sustainable habits. If you're feeling stuck or unsure where to start, working with me can give you the guidance and the support you need to create a plan that works for you. Together, we'll explore your goals, identify what's holding you back, and design habits that align with the person you want to become. And we're going to go even deeper into what is it you truly want, because there are so many goals that we set during the new year that are, maybe we feel like society expects us to have, like losing weight when we don't even care, or eating healthy when we have a bigger need before we even get there. And that is what is holding us up. Or we need to heal our mindset around money. And maybe we just feel like money's dirty and we just want to get rid of it. So it makes it hard to save, even though we have this goal for saving money. That's where I come in. I can help you dig deep into what do you truly want, so that we can from there build the goals based off of what you want. So we have a lot of smart worksheets, smart forms that you're filling out. You have coaching with me, and then we get from there to then making the goals. Then what are the roadblocks? So this episode is really great, but if you need more, reach out to me. I'll hook you up. We'll work together. Next, we're going to dive into a mindfulness practice that will help you reconnect with your goals and realign with your purpose. Stay tuned. Now, let's take a moment to pause, reflect, and reset. Just saying those words, I feel the grounding. This mindfulness practice will help you gently examine past roadblocks, reset your intentions, and deeply connect with your ideal self. Remember, this isn't about guilt or judgment. It's about staying curious and creating space to realign with the person you are becoming. So we're going to start by closing your eyes if you're not driving or working out. Or if you're journaling, place your pen down for a moment and take a deep breath. You might want pen and paper close by. That's why I mentioned the journaling part. So deep breath. Feel your body settle into the chair or the ground beneath you. Let your shoulders drop. Unclench your jaw. And notice any tension you might be holding. Let's begin by shaking out the tension. Lift your hands and shake them gently, imagining any stress or frustration leaving your body with each movement. Shake your hands as if you're letting go of the mental clutter and roadblocks that have been holding you back. Let your arms move freely, releasing any lingering heaviness in your shoulders, neck, and chest. Next, let's practice lion's breath to release built-up tension and create space for fresh energy. I always laugh when I do this with other people, so let's do this. Inhale deeply through your nose, letting your chest expand fully. Then open your mouth wide, stick out your tongue, and exhale forcefully while making a loud ha sound. So it's like this. Feel the release as you let go of any doubts, frustration, or resistance. And it's really easy to do this because you're having that breath. It's funny enough. We're going to do this together 3 more times. Inhale deeply through your nose, and now exhale with a powerful ha as you stick out your tongue. Feel your body growing lighter and freer with each exhale. 1 more. Okay. Another. Okay. That should be your 3. If not, keep going. Now, return to a natural, steady breath if you've caught up. Place your hands gently on your lap or knees and allow your body to relax completely. Now that you're grounded, let's reflect. Think back to a time when you set a goal but didn't see it through. Gently ask yourself these questions. If you have a document with past goals, use that. Did I try to take on too many goals at once, overwhelming myself before I had the chance to build momentum? I've worked with lots of people like this. You're not alone. Did I fail to ease into new habits, expecting myself to change everything overnight? Was I in a personal winter season, feeling low energy, overwhelmed, or in need of rest, rather than ready to take on new challenges? And I want to speak to this really quick. It is okay if you've been there, so you haven't made your goals yet. You still can. If goal setting doesn't resonate for you, let's talk about envisioning your future self and then seeing what you need to do to get there. Because we, as a society, tend to set too many goals and have this thing working and be doing. Maybe you need to be in your winter season of just reflecting on readjusting instead of going and doing. Were my goals aligned with my values and what I truly wanted? Or were they based on what I thought I should do? Without judgment, simply notice what comes up for you. This is a longer practice, so we're still going through the mindfulness practice. These reflections are valuable insights helping you uncover patterns that you can approach differently moving forward. Next, we're going to go into visualization. So we're visualizing walking upstairs to meet your ideal self. You ready? Now in your mind's eye, imagine yourself standing at the base of a beautiful staircase. Each step represents a small, meaningful action you've taken towards becoming your ideal self. With your first step, feel yourself moving closer to your goals. Notice how the weight of doubt begins to lift as you take another step. With each movement forward, feel yourself growing lighter, more connected to your purpose, and more aligned with your intentions. As you reach the top, see your ideal self waiting for you. This version of you feels grounded, confident, fulfilled. Imagine this person in vivid detail. What do they look like? What kind of energy do they carry? Picture them moving through a day in their life, your future life. Notice how they care for their physical wellness. Do they start their day with gentle stretches, nourishing meals, or refreshing movement? See how they nurture their emotional wellness, staying calm and resilient even in challenging moments. Observe their social wellness, surrounding themselves with uplifting relationships. Picture how they embrace intellectual wellness, engaging in curiosity and lifelong learning. Feel the peace that comes from being grounded in spiritual wellness, connected to their values and purpose. We are going through all of these dimensions here, so keep going with me. Notice their environment. How does their space support their environmental wellness? Imagine the ease they feel in managing their financial wellness, and in the meaning they find in their occupational wellness, meaning work, whether through work, caregiving, or creative pursuits. Hold on to this vision of your ideal self. This person is within you, waiting to be realized, one small step at a time. And we're going to start returning to the present. Now imagine turning around and walking back down the staircase. It's okay to do it. The peace as you're walking down, okay? With each step, you bring the lessons, energy, and wisdom of your ideal self at the top of the stairs with you. Feel yourself grounding into the present as you descend. Notice how the vision of your ideal self integrates with your current life. By the time you reach the bottom, you are carrying everything you've learned, ready to take intentional, meaningful action. And we're going to work on now resetting intentions using the 8 dimensions of wellness. Now that you're grounded and connected to your vision, let's reset your intentions through the 8 dimensions of wellness. Physical wellness. What small steps can you take to care for your body today? Emotional wellness. How can you create space to process your emotions and reduce stress? Intellectual wellness. What new skill, hobby, or idea could you explore to keep your mind engaged? Social wellness. Who in your life could you connect with to feel more supported and uplifted? Spiritual wellness. What practices help you feel grounded and aligned with your purpose? Environmental wellness. How can you create or enhance a space that supports your well-being? Financial wellness. What's one step you can take today to manage your resources with intention? Occupational wellness. How can you find meaning and balance in the work you do? Here's a great plug. It is 8 months to the 8 dimensions of wellness. So if you feel like this is a little too much, it gives you a tip a week of try this for your life type of thing. So if you want easy, there's that. But if you want to do this on your own, choose 1 or 2 dimensions that resonate with where you are right now. Focus on small, achievable steps that feel aligned with your values and the vision of your ideal self. Here's some final questions as we close out this area. What roadblocks have I faced before, and how can I approach them differently this time? Which dimensions of wellness need the most attention in my life right now? And what is one small habit I can start today? How can I carry the energy and lessons of my future self into my current life? As you open your eyes or finish journaling, it's okay if they've been open this whole time. Take a deep breath and acknowledge the progress you've already made simply by showing up for yourself in this moment. This practice isn't about perfection. None of them are. It's about reconnecting with your purpose and creating a foundation for your growth. Think about that tree. If this practice resonated with you and you're looking for more guidance, my wellness coaching is rooted in helping you explore your goals, overcome roadblocks, and build habits that align with your vision for the best life. I love to help you on this journey. In the next solo episode, we'll dive into the idea of personal seasons, what they are, how to identify the season you're in, and how it influences your energy, goals, and priorities. I can't wait to share it with you. It's just amazing. I'm excited. You should be excited too. Let's get out of the mindfulness practice and get back to the podcast episode in general. This is going to be a longer one, so bear with me. I did not mean to make it this long. It just came out that way. As we talked about today, one of the biggest challenges in setting and sticking to goals is misalignment with your current energy and priorities. It's like nature moves through seasons. We all experience personal seasons in life, times of growth, productivity, reflection, or rest. Look at the trees outside. Right now there's snow and no leaves on the trees. Actually, we have some trees that have leaves that fall off in the spring when new leaves come out. It's really weird, but most trees don't have leaves. Maybe you're that tree where you hold on to your leaves a little bit longer than you should. When we try to push ourselves to achieve summer level results during our personal winter, this doesn't mean it reflects the season outside, by the way. It's no wonder we run out of energy or feel stuck. In an upcoming episode, 2 more episodes from this, we'll dive into this concept of personal seasons, what they are, how to identify the season you're currently in, and how to adjust your goals to work with your season, not against it. We'll explore how the 8 dimensions of wellness shift during different seasons of life, and how to use this understanding to create goals that feel natural, fulfilling, and achievable. If you've ever felt like you are forcing yourself to push through exhaustion or guilted yourself for not achieving enough, you're not alone. This episode will also help you embrace where you are and make progress in a way that feels aligned and sustainable. So stay tuned. I can't wait to share this powerful topic with you. Make sure to hit subscribe so that you don't miss out on this, because this is geared. Let's talk about how to reset your goals and approach them with fresh energy and intention. Maybe the goals you set at the start of the year have lost their momentum, or maybe they no longer resonate with the person you are right now. I've been there. That is why it is super important to reflect on your goals every day, every week, whichever one resonates for you, but you need to be looking at your goals and adjusting them along the way. Because sometimes you get through and you're like, I am finding enough friction that this isn't who I want to be. That is why the mindfulness practice was super important. So, it's okay. Goals are meant to evolve. That is why we look back at them. Resetting your goals isn't about giving up. It's about realigning with what matters most. Sometimes we set goals that don't actually matter to us. This is why we are reflecting, reviewing, renewing, changing our goals. What matters most in creating a plan that feels doable and inspiring is what matters. So we're going to go through steps with this. Step 1 is revisit your why. The first step in resetting your goals is the reconnection with your why. Ask yourself, why did I set this goal in the first place? Is this goal still meaningful to me, or has my focus shifted? Does this goal align with the person I want to become? Your why is the fuel behind your goals. If you lost sight of it, or if your why has changed, it's okay. It's great. It's time to redefine it or shift your focus to something that feels more aligned with your current values and priorities. Step 2, break goals into bite-sized steps. One of the most common reasons goals feel overwhelming is that they're too big or vague. For example, a goal like get healthier or save money can feel like a massive mountain to climb. Instead, break your goal into small, manageable steps that you can focus on one at a time. If your goal is to improve your physical wellness, start with something simple like committing to a 10-minute walk, probably on a treadmill because it's snow, or drinking an extra glass of water. If your goal is financial wellness, focus on tracking your spending for 1 week and setting up a small automatic savings transfer. These small actions build momentum and make progress feel achievable. We need that dopamine hit to keep going. 3, adjust the timeline. Another important step in resetting your goals is to adjust the timeline. Maybe your original deadline was too ambitious, or life threw you a curveball that made it difficult to stay on track. That's okay. Progress doesn't have to fit into a rigid timeline. Be honest with yourself about what's realistic given your current season of life and energy levels. Extend your deadline if needed. The point is, you are making progress. Progress is what matters. That's how you become the version of yourself that you want to be. And give yourself permission to move at a pace that feels sustainable. It's better than not moving at all. Step 4, celebrate progress, not perfection. As you reset your goals, shift your focus from perfection to progress. Celebrate the small wins along the way, whether it's completing a single workout, choosing a nourishing meal, or setting aside $10 in savings, or making a new friend if you're an introvert. These small victories add up and help you stay motivated even when the bigger goal still feels far away. If you slip up or miss a day, don't let it derail you. Use it as an opportunity to reflect, adjust, and keep moving forward. Remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. In fact, sometimes it's more so. Step 5, build accountability. Accountability can be a powerful tool for staying on track. Share your reset goals with a friend, family member, or coach who can offer support and encouragement. If you're struggling to stay consistent, consider working with me as your wellness coach. Together, we can create a personalized plan that aligns with your values, builds healthy habits, and helps you overcome roadblocks. Here are some questions to reset your goals. What goal feels most aligned with the person I want to become? What small, manageable step can I make this week to move closer to this goal? How can I celebrate progress, even if it's not perfect? Maybe especially if it's not perfect. Next, we'll wrap up with some final reflections and a journaling exercise to help you move forward with clarity and confidence. Stay tuned! Welcome to the Life Hacks section, where we focus on quick, actionable strategies to help you reset and stick to your goals with more ease and less overwhelm. These life hacks are designed to help fit into your busy life while making a big impact over time. Number 1 is habit stacking. If you're struggling to build a new habit, try habit stacking, a method where you attach a new habit to an existing one. I love this one. For example, if you want to start journaling, place your journal next to your coffee maker and write 1 sentence while your coffee brews. If you want to practice gratitude, name 3 things you're grateful for while brushing your teeth. By pairing new habits with routines you already do, you create natural reminders and make the new habit easier to stick to. The 2-minute rule. Sometimes starting is the hardest part. Use the 2-minute rule to lower the barrier. Commit to doing your new habit for just 2 minutes. If your goal is to exercise, do 2 minutes of stretching. If your goal is to read more, open a book and read 1 page. Starting small builds momentum, and you'll find yourself naturally continuing beyond the 2-minute mark. And the point is that you add in more time as you go, as you build up to it. The done for you prep method. These are all methods that I love and use. Set yourself up for success by prepping ahead of time. Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Pre-chop veggies for quick, healthy meals during the week. Keep a water bottle filled and ready in your workspace to stay hydrated. When you remove decision-making from the equation, it becomes easier to follow through. Visual reminders. Keep your goals front and center by using visual reminders. I have mine on my phone. This is part of the vision board workshop that I did. It's a program, $7. You can find it on my website. Really easy to do, really fun. And it uses all 8 dimensions of wellness. So create a vision board and place it where you see it daily. We definitely see our devices daily. Write your top goal on a sticky note and attach it to your bathroom mirror. I have my word of the year on my whiteboard that's right here. You can kind of see the corner of it. Use your phone wallpaper to display a motivational phrase or image tied to your goal. These reminders help you stay focused and connected to your why. The weekly reset. Every week, take 5 minutes to check in with yourself. I do this when I am going through my schedule for the week. Ask, what went well this week? What could I improve? What's one small step I can focus on next week? This weekly reset allows you to reflect, adjust, and stay on track without getting overwhelmed. Here's a bonus life hack. Work with a coach. If it's not me, work with somebody else. If you're feeling stuck or need personalized support, working with a wellness coach, life coach, can be a game changer. As your coach, I can help you clarify your goals, identify what's holding you back, and create a step-by-step personalized plan that works for you because it's personally for you. If this sounds like what you need, let's connect. I'd love to help. You get a free consult and it's attached in here. Like in the description, you will find the link to schedule a consult with me and it's free. Up next, we'll dive into some final reflections and a journaling exercise to help you bring everything we've covered today into focus. So stay with me. Let's tie it all together, moving forward with clarity and purpose. As we come to the end of today's episode, it's time to bring everything we discussed together in a clear path forward. Let's review the insights, tools, and strategies we've explored and touch on a few final thoughts that will help you move forward with confidence and purpose. Reconnecting with your why. Throughout this episode, we've talked about the importance of reconnecting with your why. This is the foundation of all meaningful goals. If you don't feel inspired by the deeper purpose behind your goals, they will feel like chores instead of opportunities for growth. This isn't laundry. This isn't dishes. Take a moment to ask yourself again, why do I want to achieve this goal? How will it help me become the person I feel called to be? This why is what keeps you going when things get tough. Write it down, revisit it often, put it somewhere you're going to see it a lot, and let it guide your decisions. Honoring your season of life. Another key takeaway is recognizing the season of life you're in and how it influences your energy, mindset, and priorities. Are you in a season of growth and ready to dive into action? Or are you in a season of rest? That is the one that I am currently in, and I need to move slower and focus on nurturing myself. Do you need that too? Goals aligned with your season feel more natural and achievable, so honor where you are. Remember, there is no shame in adjusting your goals to fit your current reality. The 8 dimensions of wellness, your holistic roadmap. If there's one thing to take away, it's that true well-being requires balance across the 8 dimensions of wellness. Think of it like a wheel. Physical, emotional, intellectual, social, spiritual, environmental, financial, and occupational wellness are all interconnected. Neglecting one can create imbalance in others. Use these dimensions as a guide to reset your goals and make sure you're addressing the areas of life that need the most attention. Maybe you've been so focused on work, occupational wellness, that you've neglected your relationships, social wellness, or self-care, physical wellness. Ask yourself, which dimension of wellness needs more care and attention? And how can I take one small step to nurture it today? Setting specific, SMART goals and habit stacking. We've touched on the importance of breaking your goals into smaller, actionable steps. And this is something that I love doing, so I'm going to nerd out for just a second. Just bear with me. Let's take that step further by making your goals SMART. Specific, what exactly do you want to achieve? Measurable, how will you track your progress? Achievable, is this goal realistic given your current resources and season of life? Relevant, does this goal align with your why? Time-bound, what's your timeline or deadline? We tend to work best if we have a deadline. Otherwise, we just kind of slack off. Pair these SMART goals with habit stacking, linking new habits to existing ones to make them feel seamless and easy to implement. Final reflection on this. Visualizing your ideal self. Let's return to the vision of your ideal self. The one at the top of the stairs. Imagine this version of you standing before you, offering wisdom and encouragement. What would they say? They might remind you that progress matters more than perfection. You don't need it all at once. Small steps lead to big changes. You are capable of evolving into the best version of yourself, one decision at a time. Hold on to this image of your ideal self as you take the next step forward. One thing we didn't mention enough is the importance of support. Achieving goals is easier when you're surrounded by people who believe in you, hold you accountable, and encourage you through challenges. Whether it's a friend, family member, or coach, don't hesitate to reach out for help. As a wellness coach, it is in the heart of what I do. If today's conversation resonated with you and you're ready to dive deeper into your goals, habits, and personal growth, I'd love to work with you. Together, we can create a roadmap that aligns with your vision for your best life. The journey begins now. This isn't about waiting for a perfect moment to start. It's about starting where you are, here in March. Take what you've learned today and apply it in small, meaningful ways. Here's one final journaling prompt to carry with you, and then we're going to go into actual coaching questions, which are still journaling prompts, but slightly different. What is one small intentional step I can take this week to move closer to the life I want to create? Write it down, commit to it, and celebrate when you take that step. Each small win brings you closer to the person you're becoming. Here are 10 coaching questions to help you reflect and move forward. We're almost done, I promise. What is one goal I've set in the past that still feels meaningful to me, and why? What has been my biggest roadblock when it comes to achieving my goals, and how can I approach it differently this time? Which season of life am I currently in, and how does this influence the type of goals I set and the pace I move at? What small actual step can I take today to build momentum toward my goal? How does my goal align with my personal values and the vision I have for my life? What support do I need to stay consistent with my goals, and how can I seek it out? Which of the 8 dimensions of wellness feels most out of balance in my life right now? And what can I do to nurture that area? What limiting belief might be holding me back from fully committing to my goals? And how can I reframe it into an empowering truth? How can I celebrate small wins along the way to stay motivated and inspired? If I were living as my ideal self right now, what would they tell me to focus on and prioritize? And just to bring this a little bit better for you, I added in 3 affirmations to support your journey. Here's the first one. I am capable of making small, meaningful changes that align with my vision for my life. Second one. I honor the season of life I'm in and set goals that nurture my well-being. Here's the third one. Each step I take brings me closer to the best version of myself, and I celebrate my progress along the way. Take these questions and affirmations with you as tools for reflection and empowerment. They can help you reconnect with your purpose and take aligned steps towards the life you're working to create. You can find these questions and everything, this whole thing, written out in the transcripts on my website at wellnessinEverySeason.com/podcast-transcripts. For easy reference, and then you can look for it. Take your time with them and don't feel pressure to answer all at once. This is your journey. These questions are here to guide you, spark reflection, and help you take those small first steps towards uncovering your unique life purpose. Today, we've explored what happens when your New Year's goals lose momentum, or whenever you set your goals, and how to reset them with intention and purpose. We started by reflecting on common roadblocks, like setting too many goals at once, or starting during a personal winter season when energy is low, and why understanding these patterns is key to moving forward. We then grounded ourselves with a mindfulness practice, a longer one than normal, to reconnect with your vision for the best version of yourself. By focusing on the 8 dimensions of wellness, we looked at how to create balanced, holistic goals that align with your values and the season of life you're in. From there, we discussed practical tools like breaking goals into smaller steps, using habit stacking, and celebrating progress rather than striving for perfection. We also touched on how to realign with your why and the power of revisiting your goals regularly to keep them meaningful and achievable. Finally, we wrapped up with powerful coaching questions and affirmations to help you reflect, reset, and move forward with confidence and clarity. If you love this episode, thank you, I'm glad you did, or you know someone who might need it, please share it. Your recommendation could be the encouragement someone needs to start their own journey. If you're ready to work with me one-on-one or explore programs, visit wellnessinEverySeason.com. I'd love to help you find clarity and purpose in your life. In the next solo episode, we'll explore personal seasons in depth, how to recognize what season you're in, how it impacts your energy and priorities, and how to align your life accordingly. It's a powerful way to embrace the rhythms of your life with grace and intention. Stay tuned. Please subscribe. I can't wait to share it with you. Thank you for being a part of this incredible journey with me. Here's to embracing your purpose, living intentionally, and finding wellness in every season of life. Until next time, take care of yourself and keep moving toward the life you're meant to live. Thank you for joining me on Wellness in Every Season. Take time to relax, heal, and be present. Next week, we will be talking about the link between neuropathy, weight loss, and gut health with Dr. Singleton. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. I am your host, Autumn Carter, a certified life coach dedicated to empowering individuals to rediscover their identity, find balance amidst chaos, strengthen relationships, and pursue their dreams. My goal is to help people thrive in every aspect of their lives. I hope today's discussion inspired you and offered valuable insights. Stay engaged with our wellness community by signing up for my newsletter at wellnessinEverySeason.com/free resources. When you join, you'll have the option to receive a 5-day guide called Awaken and Unwind. 5 days to mastering your mornings and evenings, along with free guides, special offers on my programs, practical tips, personal stories, and much more, all related to wellness, by signing up for both offers on the page. Don't miss out on these valuable resources designed to help you thrive in every area of wellness. Join today and start your journey to wellness in every season. Your shares, subscriptions, and reviews help us reach more people seeking empowerment. So please spread the word about our podcast and about our newsletter. Thank you for being a part of our podcast community. I look forward to continuing our conversation, sharing stories, and exploring wellness in all of its aspects. Take care until our next episode. You can also work with me one-on-one or on demand through one of my programs by visiting wellnessinEverySeason.com/programs. One last thing to cover the show legally. I am a certified life coach giving general advice. So think of this more as a self-help book. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a licensed therapist, so this podcast shouldn't be taken as a replacement for professional guidance from a doctor or therapist. If you want personal one-on-one coaching from a certified life and parenting coach, go to my website, wellnessinEverySeason.com. That's where you can get personalized coaching from me for you. See you in next week's episode. One last thing to cover this show legally. I am a certified life coach giving general advice. So think of this more like a self-help book. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a licensed therapist, so this podcast shouldn't be taken as a replacement for professional guidance from a doctor, therapist, or any other qualified expert. If you want personal one-on-one coaching from a certified coach, go to my website at wellnessinEverySeason.com. That's where you can get personalized coaching from me. See you in next week's episode.